Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Yes, it is. We're kind of proud to have Jeffy in with us today because
Thank you.
He's gone on this crash diet.
Yeah.
And lost 150 pounds.
That much, huh?
You do what you can do.
150 pounds.
Skinny.
Yeah. Almost overnight because we saw him, Wednesday?
Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
Can we get a shot of Jeffy?
Can you get that? There you go. Look at that, man. Just like a shell of his former self.
Either that or, little April Fools just start out.
Yeah.
He still looks like that. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I mean, that's not a bad look.
Yeah, it is.
That's not a bad look?
Not a bad
It's
look.
a very
Really?
bad look. Oh. I would encourage people to sign up at blazetv.com/Pat so they can see this.
That's not
But that's
a bad
probably
look.
not what would entice you.
No, that's probably not.
Don't forget, you can still use offer code MoreUnleashed to save $15 off your Blaze subscription.
Indeed, you can, and you should. And then you could be a party to the fun we have every day that we like to call, and so we do, overtime. No, that's what we like to call it. And weirdly enough, that's what we do call it.
Huh.
So
It worked out.
It did work out really nicely. Really, really nicely. We got, I don't know, we've got some Biden stuff.
Man, we've got all sorts of stuff over there. Actually, can we?
We've got
That right there. I think
this
that's
right
fun.
here.
That's a lot of fun.
kind of fun to start out
fun.
on a Friday.
From Pat Head.
It's always so tough to decide what to start with because there's always so much. And it's like, okay, this is going to be another Sophie's Choice today.
Oh, yeah.
So
There are 4 rows of insanity over here today, and it's a shame it's on a Friday.
it really is. But Pat had Gatorade sent us this little meme.
Oh, yes. Little Star Trek fun.
Yeah. Beam me up, Scotty, from, what's her face there.
Stacey Abrams.
And then underneath is Scotty. I've diverted all the warp power to the transporter, but it's just not holding.
That'd be rough. That'd be a rough ordeal.
There's not enough power. I've given her all she's got. I cannot do it, Captain. I don't know. None of those things that I just said were on that meme, so I don't.
And I don't know
why
that
I
the
kept going
meme
with it.
actually sounds like that.
I don't know.
That's the way people heard it, I guess, in their head.
Yeah.
You don't want to break that nice piece of equipment, the USS Enterprise, right? With trying to lug that thing up there. So good luck.
No, you don't.
Good luck.
Stacey Abrams. Ugh.
I've diverted all the warp power to the transporter, but it's just not holding.
Giving her all she's got.
You asked about Biden. Somebody snapped a picture of his teleprompter, which is
Was it his wife, Lady McBiden? Is that who snapped the photo?
I don't know.
Because she loves to take photos of him.
Does. Yes, she does.
Let's see the teleprompter. And this is real, by the way. The real thing. We didn't mess with this. Nobody doctored this.
Oh God!
Look at the type on that.
I mean, this is the kind of TV you'd want to watch a football game on. It's a big boy.
Okay, the guy's old,
Yeah.
and he's apparently not seeing well, and so
Nice of him to have that available for him.
every letter has to have its own screen. That's how big it
This
is.
is why he stumbles through everything, because he can't see the words.
I see. They're
He just
too
sees
big.
the letters.
Right. Then we have the cheat sheet, which is also
Yeah.
fascinating, that he keeps holding up for the world to see, for somebody to photograph and then post it online and make fun of him.
Yeah.
I don't know why he keeps doing this,
I
but
don't know.
I think we have the shot of the there it is. So he's got that too, and you can see all of his answers laid out there.
Yeah, for the talking points.
Yeah. If you weren't, I mean, he knows what they're going to ask him, and then he's given the response.
That's pathetic.
Yes.
That's pathetic.
You can't just say, I was expressing the moral outrage I felt. That's all I was doing.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't. He's got to have it written for him ahead of time.
For those listening, these aren't bullet points. These aren't one-word little bullet points. These are complete thoughts, multiple sentences I mean, this is ridiculous. Remember how
So bad.
What was it? Sarah Palin had a couple things written on her hand, and like that was, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. This dude is walking around with the complete answers to the
written out
questions
for
that
him.
he knows are going to be asked.
Yes, indeed.
I know.
Yes, indeed. His little cheat sheet.
Makes you love them even more.
Oh, doesn't it?
Makes you love them even more.
Doesn't it? Yeah. Sure does.
Yes.
In
it
opposite
does.
world, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah, in opposite world, makes you love him like crazy.
I'm looking forward to his awesome budget that's going to take us back to the moon. So that'll be fun, right? Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, there's nothing more exciting than going to the moon 53 years after we got
After
there in
you've
the
already
first
been
place. Yeah. This is a really special event, going to the moon, that we did in 1969. And we can't seem to figure it out really now. What should we do? Do we have to hitchhike with the Russians? What kind of vehicle are we going to take? And then Elon Musk has to come to the rescue.
So under the Joe Biden moon budget, who's eligible to go up there, Pat?
Well, women, of course. Yeah, fortunately, we're going to do the first woman and person of color going to the moon.
Excellent.
Wait, don't we have to define woman first?
About three.
Well,
we
yeah.
probably should.
I mean, let's
it
get
could
that
be-
squared
it could
away
be
first.
It could be an African American trans, right?
Right? I mean, I don't know what.
I don't know. We have to figure out what
Not a
that is, too.
biologist.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. But I woke up about 3 months ago in a cold sweat. And my mind was just racing with, has a woman been to the moon yet? Oh, God, and then it hit me. No!
wow.
And I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep for the
Really?
next, 6 weeks or so.
That is
Probably
rough.
6 weeks. And then it kind of faded a little bit, and now it's back but fortunately now we're making the pledge that a woman will be on the moon. So we got that going
Thank
for us.
I wish you'd have said something. We could have worried with you.
right.
I just figured everybody was already
Don't carry this.
already there.
Don't
with
carry
me.
this burden alone, man. You got friends, ish. Come on.
Hey,
Ish.
Ish,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow, that's
ish.
powerful. Thank you.
You're
Keith.
welcome. I'm there for
That's
you.
great.
Ish.
So the Biden's proposed $7.5 billion 2023 budget contains a provision to put the first woman and person of color on the moon. If you're those astronauts, aren't you a little offended that why are you making this announcement? Now it looks like you're just putting me there as a token person.
yeah.
It's like what the NFL is going through. Well, you get to interview somebody,
Yeah.
and that's what they're going to be going to court over. Are they just token interviews?
So he did it with the Supreme Court justice, and he's doing it with people going to the moon. Why not just find the best people, and if one of them is a woman, then that's awesome. We're going to have
That
the
is
first
awesome.
woman. You could even do this clandestinely, where it's in your mind that, I'm probably going to pick a woman and a BIPOC. So I got a BIPOC to pick and a woman.
Because you have
But you keep that to yourself so you don't diminish the accomplishment for these people.
Well, right. That's not good enough for
No.
his base. You've got to put
Right.
this in print. You've got to show them, oh, look, it's going to be codified that this is who's going to the moon.
It's just pathetic.
It's insulting, too.
Under the section to fund NASA, the provision is to enhance U.S. human spaceflight leadership, and the plan is for the monumental event to happen by 2025, only 3 years from now.
Nice.
We can get back to the moon for the first time
Nice.
in 50 years.
It's awesome.
Isn't that great?
It's awesome.
It isn't just in space flight that the Biden administration seeks to embed concepts of diversity, equity, and inclusion, but across the entire budget. The preamble for the budget includes numerous references to expanding equity through funding across all federal agencies, and the budget itself this is in the budget. It uses the word equity 158 times
Gross.
in 158 pages. It's amazing. Upon taking office, Biden was insistent that equity would be a key component of every aspect of his administration's governance. Now, that's fantastic.
I mean, I know it goes without saying, and although I've already said it, it makes you love them even more.
Right? Jeffy's got a crush.
Makes you love
Jeffy's
him
got a
even
crush
more.
for Joe today.
There's not a thing said or talked about that doesn't make you love him even more.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you feel that way.
I mean, we're not
do.
going to judge you, but that's weird, dude. That's gross.
Weird, but at least you're honest.
At least he's honest.
This guy is just
The worst. He's the worst president of all time.
Of all time.
So you would expect some of this stuff. So equality is a Biden budget priority, but not, of course, the border. Screw the border. We don't have to worry about that at all.
Right, it's fixed.
The Biden administration is planning to end Trump-era pandemic restrictions on the U.S.-Mexico border by May 23rd that have largely blocked migrants from entering the U.S. Has it? Please.
largely. Largely. it has.
Largely.
Define largely.
Wow. Only 2 million have entered, 2.2 million since he took office. So that's largely
no one.
Blocking migrants from coming in.
You blink and you miss him.
The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention finalizing its assessment of the Public Health Authority, known as Title 42, according to CDC spokeswoman Kathleen Conley, and it's expected to announce a decision this week on whether to repeal, modify, or extend the authority. But everybody's lining up now, and 170,000 people are getting ready to flood to the United States of America because of this ruling.
I mean, our border patrol is
170,000 right now.
The working at the desk at the hotel. Hey, how you doing? Can I get you a room?
Yeah. Yep. So it's going to get a heck of a lot worse before it gets better under this guy. He's just, again, if you were trying to destroy the country, what would you do differently?
Right.
I don't think he's left any rock unturned in destroying this country.
If he has, he's looking.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Just, I can't take it, though. I just can't.
Got a lot of
take
people
it.
working overtime trying to destroy this country from within that White House.
A lady who lives in South Texas posted this on Twitter
interesting
the other day.
Here. Interesting thread.
So here's some of her observations. Not a political tweet. This is real life. So if you don't want to hear it, stop reading. When Biden took office, our life changed immediately. The border was open. Now, living 30 miles from the south border has always had its challenges. This was just a shock to all of us down here. And next up. Oh, we don't have the whole thing?
I don't know.
Okay. There it is. My parents, who live in Mission, have had their car stolen, home broken into twice, people running through their yard constantly, windows broken. They're not rich, but they have to pay for damages. And it's mental. Well, yeah, because you'd always be worried about it. They never know if their door will be kicked in and them being killed.
I mean, sitting on your front porch with a shotgun.
We're told that the VP is the border czar, but she don't come down here. Meanwhile, my community that I love is turned upside down. The ranch has seen it all. The other day, I go to leave. I see 3 people by the gate, turn around, come back home, tell my husband about it. He has to stop work. Go down there to see what's going on. I don't know if he's going to get shot, but it's our property, so he has to handle it. He doesn't tell me what he sees, but I know. Most Americans can go out in their yard and play pitch and catch. We can too, but my husband has a gun on his hip. Just in case there's someone who pops up out of nowhere to rob us. I'm prohibited of posting personal pics on social media because we live in fear of a cartel.
In America.
This is the reality here. We know not many people care. Well, we do. We do, Ms. Puncher.
Oh, kidding.
It's not your backyard, but these people head north as quickly as possible. Yeah, I know. So instead of waving your Ukraine flag, you might want to consider the fact that your own country is under invasion.
Yep.
Ta-da. There you go.
And there
that sums
it
it up
is.
nicely. So the border czar, Kamala Harris, she hasn't been down there?
She don't come down here.
She don't come down there?
She don't come down.
Do not come.
She don't come down here.
Do not come.
Well, she's
There it
been
is.
busy with other stuff then, I guess.
Yeah,
Whoa.
she had a really powerful statement to make.
Again?
In Jamaica or about Jamaica the other day. I mean, we've had some powerful orators in the past.
Right.
Patrick Henry.
Yeah.
Teddy
Roosevelt was pretty good at the speech,
pretty
right?
powerful.
On the stump.
William Jennings Bryan.
Okay, yeah.
was pretty powerful.
4 for 4.
But Kamala Harris tops them all.
Yeah.
Check this out.
We also recognize, just as it has been in the United States for Jamaica, one of the issues that has been presented as an issue that is economic in the way of its impact has been the pandemic. So to that end, we are announcing today also that we will assist Jamaica in COVID recovery by assisting in terms of the recovery efforts in Jamaica that have been essential to, I believe, what is necessary
You got that?
to strengthen not only
Do you have this or not?
the issue of public health, but also the economy.
Okay. Jeffy, you're
Of
laughing.
course we have it.
Jeffy, you're
course.
laughing, but did
It's
it not make sense
embarrassing.
to you?
Yes, it did.
Okay, I'm making
It's well
sure.
It
put.
made sense.
Don't
That's
laugh
well
at-
put, right?
We're helping them out.
Can you sum that up for us, though? Give us a little quote there, please.
For Jamaica, one of the issues that has been presented as an issue that is economic in the way its impact has been the pandemic.
Yeah.
We will assist Jamaica in COVID recovery by assisting in terms of the recovery efforts in
Nailed it.
Jamaica
Nailed it.
that have been essential.
Okay, that's good.
What don't you get?
So,
What part of that don't you
yeah, what
understand?
don't you get?
yeah. Well,
That is amazing.
Keep telling me you want Joe out of office. Keep
know.
telling me.
So as we were watching that clip yesterday in here after the show,
I think Rod fixed it a little bit.
he
didn't he
was inspired. TV's Rob down the hall, and so he was able to fix it.
Here's a little Rod
We
tweak.
also recognize, just as it has been in the United States for Jamaica, one of the issues that has been presented as an issue that is economic in the way of its impact has been the pandemic.
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have that.
So to that end, we are announcing today also that we will assist Jamaica in COVID recovery.
And I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and Iraq, everywhere like such as, and
By assisting in terms of the recovery efforts in Jamaica that have been essential to, I believe, what is necessary.
I believe that they should. Our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S.
Should help the U.S.
Or should help South Africa.
The South Africa.
And should help the Iraq and the Asian countries.
Oh,
To
dear
strengthen
God,
not only the issue of public health, but also the
Right.
economy.
Okay.
So we will be able to build up our future.
Nice job, Rob.
Awesome.
That's good
Seamless.
stuff. That is
They
good
are
stuff.
one and the same.
Oh, man. All right. Let's go to Stacy in Florida. Hey, Stacy, you're on the Blaze.
Hey.
Hey.
Pat. Hey, Keith. Hey, Jeffy.
Hello.
That's my Florida brother there.
Oh,
I've got bingo. today.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure you did. So, okay, where did your bingo occur?
It's across the middle. With starts with old ass bum in there.
Right.
Dr. Lady McBiden. What are the odds?
Indeed.
For Steffi and check them out.
All right. Good job.
Awesome.
Thanks for listening to Stacy. Enjoy that $30 worth of merchandise.
Yes. I would love for you guys to maybe check out. I don't know if Keith has even looked at any of the headlines today, but we had a Florida federal judge kind of overrule our voting law and strike down that it was unconstitutional.
What law? Are you talking about
the
Are you talking about the Florida school law
No.
that they just
No,
passed?
no.
What is it you're talking about?
No, DeSantis, correct me if I'm wrong, he has already said that that's an activist court and that the next stage, the Court of Appeals, is going to take
overrule
care
that.
of this. The 11th Circuit is a more conservative
Over
court.
what bill?
So
Or law?
the Florida.
Yeah, that's what. So you just told me no, but that's what she is talking about.
It was
I thought you said
it
the
was
kids.
the voting. It was the voting rights law that we passed
Okay.
last year.
Yeah, and they struck it down as unconstitutional.
Right.
Yes,
Incredible.
he said that having ballot boxes, inside of the supervisor of elections, making sure that they're manned, making sure that those things are just not put out, anywhere.
He said it disproportionately affected blacks, correct?
Yeah.
It makes no sense at all.
That they were racist. That is a racist flaw.
Wow.
And he said that our legislature could not pass for 10 years, that Florida legislature could not pass election law for 10 years. That was his ruling.
Right, but DeSantis has already fought back against that.
A judge can't make that decision.
Right.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Stacey. We will look into that further and see what the deal is, but that can't hold. That can't. Come on. That's unbelievable that this would be declared unconstitutional. It's a madhouse.
Yep.
In pretty much every way, shape, and form, it can be a madhouse. It is one right now.
Yeah, you don't need an April Fool's Day. You've got reality.
No, that's right.
You can get reality.
It's really kind of why we stopped doing April Fool's jokes a few years ago, because real life is just a continual April Fool's joke. Or I wish it was, but they're not. A perfect April Fool's joke on America would be what's going on right now with the gender situation. It would be really, that would be a funny joke. Wait, I can't even tell what a woman is? Really? No, April Fools! I wish. I wish we could wake up from this stinking nightmare. Nancy Pelosi right now is claiming that Ginny Thomas, Clarence Thomas's wife, is an admitted and proud contributor to a coup. That was her thought yesterday. That she is an admitted and proud contributor to a coup, which, of course, is January 6th attack.
Oh, of course.
During her weekly press conference yesterday, she was asked if Thomas should resign from the nation's highest court. Thomas's wife reportedly texted with Trump White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows ahead of the Capitol riot. The texts called on the Trump administration to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Do you agree with your members of your caucus that Clarence Thomas should resign? I don't think he should have ever been appointed, she said.
Wow.
Then she dropped the coup line on him. Thank you for that, Nancy, by the way, for finally saying it. Man, somebody had to say it. Rob, can we show the horrific, grotesque, and altogether disturbing footage?
Hide your children.
You don't want to save this for
no. Oh, no.
Thought maybe you want to save it for overtime.
Right. Well, maybe you'll play it again in overtime.
Wow, that is something right there.
Look at those people.
It's nice to see that Nancy Pelosi is doing the bidding of activists such as MoveOn.org.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
If you have a queasy stomach, though, you might want to look away from the screen for a minute, because the things they're doing right now.
The selfie cams, I can't take that. American flags.
If this is a coup, this was
that's a Trump flag.
This was the worst attempted coup in the history of this planet. Where are the guns, the grenades, the rocket launchers? What a bunch of morons. You came to a coup pretty unprepared.
No doubt.
That is one terrible coup going on right there. But, yeah, everybody's jumping on board. What is Media Matters, BS?
Well, it was MoveOn.org. So
it's MoveOn.org. Okay.
Yeah, and I get emails from them. So here's one I got yesterday.
Wait, you haven't blocked those?
No, they're entertaining.
Oh, man.
So here's their latest little attempt here. Dear MoveOn member, that's me. MoveOn is making history by launching an effort to remove Justice Clarence Thomas from the Supreme Court. Bombshell reports just revealed that Ginny Thomas, a far-right activist and the wife of Clarence Thomas, repeatedly pressured Donald Trump's White House chief of staff to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. When the case to determine if documents from the Trump White House should be released to the Congressional Commission investigating the January 6th insurrection, including the text from Ginny Thomas, came before the Supreme Court, Justice Thomas failed to recuse himself and was the only justice in an 8-1 decision to rule that the record should not be released. So that's why we need to impeach Clarence Thomas from the Supreme Court, according to MoveOn.org and Nancy Pelosi.
This is amazing. It's amazing. They are really going after Clarence Thomas right now.
They want another seat to appoint.
Yeah, they do. And I don't know if they think they can't get away with jamming the court full of liberals and going up to 13 justices or 15 or whatever their plan is.
Right.
Maybe they think they can't get away with that. So now they're just trying to get rid of the best justice we have on the U.S. Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas.
They're going against an African-American man.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Huh. Right, thank you. Huh. Thank you for mentioning the racism. They're only going after him because he's black.
And we got to say that. We literally have to lead the argument, sadly, in this day and age. That's the way we have to lead the argument.
MoveOn.org is trying to get rid of a black man on the U.S. Supreme Court because they can't stand a black man being on the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Wow, that's and
what
Nancy
a bunch of
Pelosi
racists.
Said it herself. He should have never been in. Why?
Because he's black.
Wow.
Nancy Pelosi's
That's
also
what I heard.
in on this racist nonsense with Clarence Thomas.
I really kind of struggle with your thought of they think they can't get away with it because I don't know what shows that. I mean, they've gotten away with just about everything they want.
Yeah, maybe they'll try to get rid of the black man on the Supreme Court and
pack it
and pack the court.
Well, that's very.
It's possible.
I'm with you on. It seems like it would be a hard sell because it would be a hard sell to us, but to their base, it would be a hard sell. They want it.
But you're right. I mean, they have gotten away with everything.
Yeah.
Well, they can't get away with this with being racist against our only black Supreme Court justice right now, our only black male Supreme Court justice, because we're about to get a black female. If she's a female, there's no way to tell.
Jury's still out.
I mean,
she doesn't even know.
I'm just making a wild stab in the dark.
Doesn't even know.
It doesn't even know.
They
don't
if you
even
please,
know.
they don't even know.
They don't know.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, so to that point that Jeffy made about Democrats getting away with everything, Kara3022 sent us an appropriate meme for that exact comment, Jeffy. Here's all the things they've gotten away with.
You got Obama, Hillary, and Bill.
Having a good time.
Can you believe it? We got away with Uranium One, Benghazi, Solyndra, NSA spying, Fast and Furious, IRS targeting, cash to Iran, giving nukes to North Korea, giving nukes to Iran, rigging a primary, the email scandal, and spying on Trump.
Yeah, so I mean, they absolutely are going to get away with the Hunter Biden laptop is kind of where that goes, and then apparently this as well.
For a long time, they have gotten away with the Hunter Biden laptop, but it looks now...
It seems to be boiling over now.
Like maybe something's going to happen with this, because even the Washington Post is on it. The Post is on it, the Times is on it, and they're doing some stuff with it. CNN did a fairly scathing report on it, so... I don't know. We'll see.
Welcome to the party.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, they couldn't be bothered with it before Trump.
Right.
The Trump-Biden election. But now that maybe they want to move on from Biden, and this is the time because this bubbles up just in time perfectly. Get your 10
It
years
does time
Kamala.
out right.
Mm-hmm. A 2020 poll shows Trump leading Harris by a larger margin than a Biden rematch.
2024 poll?
2024,
Okay.
yes. Former President Donald Trump leads Vice President Kamala Harris by double digits in a hypothetical matchup. But he leads Biden as well, right? He leads them both. It's 47-41 over Biden, but it's a double-digit lead over Kamala Harris because nobody likes her.
Nobody likes
her. I don't think the Democrats even like her.
What's not to like? Jamaica is suffering from the pandemic, and I mean, she's just powerful every time she speaks.
Yeah, that's true.
As we learned today.
That is true. And, she is pleasant to listen to.
That's the word. That's the word, pleasant. Mm-hmm.
So pleasant to listen to.
I like it when she laughs at something funny.
Do you?
Because she's good at that. You tell her a joke, or she just tells one in her head and just starts laughing for no good reason.
Thank you for the fill time.
I did my best.
Yeah. I finally found it.
There you go. That was worth it too. Listen to that.
It's worth it. What's not to like
Tackles
here?
Magoo.
What is not to
love
like?
her. Love her laugh.
Just a genuine person.
Love her
Makes you want to
rambling.
just spend some time with her, doesn't it?
Nonsensical.
A lot of people have, Jeffy.
Monologue. And don't forget, Pat Gray Overtime. It's in full swing. Episode 10. Very special. Episode 10 coming up on Overtime.
When do you think you'll lose count?
I won't. I won't ever lose count. Pretty confident in that. Because once we start something, we mean to finish. And we'll keep going.
So we're known for our stick-to-itiveness.
That's exactly right. Anyway, you'll get an extra segment of Pat Gray Unleashed, the post every day at noon Eastern, 11 Central. And you can still sign up with the promo code More Unleashed to get $15 off your subscription to Blaze TV. $15 off your subscription.
That's good stuff.
Also, if you don't win Pat Gray Bingo, you can always head to patgrayshop.com, use the promo code PAT10 there to save 10% off your purchase.
Nice.
Of the merch there. PatGrayShop.com, promo code PAT10.
April Fool's Day is the day of giving, apparently, here.
It is.
Huh.
It is. You know who Paul Feinbaum is?
Yes.
Yes, he's a sports anchor.
Yeah.
Mostly SEC.
SEC stuff. Yeah, I know who Paul is. Yeah.
And he's kind of terse with his callers sometimes.
Huh.
I mean, he does a TV call-in show, which is kind of weird, but he takes a lot of calls on TV. And he gets irritated with callers who won't just get to the point, and they keep asking him how he's doing. And over the years, he's mentioned many times, don't ask me how I'm doing. I'm doing fine, okay? Move on. Just get to your question. The other day...
Oh, no!
The other day, this happened.
Let's check in with Tom, who is up next. Hello, Tom.
Hey, Paul. How you doing?
Tom.
Hey, Paul. How you doing?
Tom.
Hey, Paul. How you doing?
Tom.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Paul. How you doing?
Tom.
It's a funny bit.
It's very funny.
It's a funny bit.
He just keeps doing it.
Right, it's
what
funny.
he should know he shouldn't be doing. Right?
Is he doing it on purpose to get under his skin? Yeah.
I think the guy just doesn't know he should go. He thinks Paul didn't hear him.
Right.
And so he keeps wanting
Hey,
to
Paul,
say,
how you doing?
Hey, Paul,
That's how he
doing?
says hello. That's how a lot of people
Hey,
say
Paul,
hello.
how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Tom.
It doesn't.
If his inflection would have changed, though, I think he wanted to keep that going.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise your inflection changes a little bit. Like, Tom!
Right.
Like, go! This is exactly.
I already said Tom.
It's exactly why we used to do caller etiquette segments here to help people understand what not to do when you call.
Right. And that's why, it's a funny bit. But in real life, Paul, just tell the guy. Tell the guy.
Go. Talk, man.
I already said hello, Tom. Just go.
No, because it was funny.
That's what I mean.
When you got something funny going, you keep going with it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Except that he was serious.
But, it's been a while since we've done caller ID, so maybe caller etiquette. But we used to help people in kind of the same way, in a nice way to show you what not to do.
Okay.
Like, hi, Pat, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Okay.
See, there's no need to share that information. You don't have to share that.
Really?
So rather than just say caller, and then, hi, Pat, long-time listener, first-time caller. Listener. Hi, Pat, long-time listener, first-time caller. Just skip that part.
Right.
No need to share. I was telling your call screener. Again, that's information that's completely unnecessary.
Yeah, it's a private conversation.
Yeah, no one knows about it. There's no need to share that you were talking to a phone screener. Just rather than referencing the call screener, just get on with what you told them.
Just get right to it.
Yeah, and eliminate the middleman there. Being the call screener. Okay, well, good morning. How you doing so far today? See, the small talk is also a time waster. Not necessary. And if everybody does it, it starts to get a little tedious.
Sure does.
Right. Okay, well, I have 2 points to make. Then I'm going to recite a haiku that I wrote when I was 12.
That I think relates to this time.
And then I'll just hang up and listen to your response.
Yeah.
And again, instead of announcing what you're going to do, just do it.
Just do it.
The old Nike thing.
Right.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Except for the haiku that you wrote when you were 12. We don't need that part. Okay.
You can hang up before that.
Yeah, and also you don't need to announce that you're going to hang up after we're done talking, because that goes without saying.
Right. And I got news for you. You might get hung up on before you have a chance to.
That is very true.
Just a heads up.
So we hopefully avoid all of this.
Let's check in with Tom, who is up next. Hello, Tom.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Tom.
Tom.
Hey,
Paul, how you doing?
Tom.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Tom.
It's hard to believe it happened this many times,
Hey,
isn't
Paul,
it?
how
It's
you
hilarious.
doing?
Tom.
It is. That is just killer.
That's good stuff. Yeah. So to all aspiring call screeners out there, one thing I used to do as Glenn Beck's call screener is I would tell the caller, don't say good morning, don't ask how he's doing, get right to your point. Just go.
But a lot of times, that still doesn't work.
Oh, no,
That's true.
Because people are excited.
That's right.
They want to talk on the air. They're calling in to talk on the
They're
air.
They're nervous.
And so it's just that every day of, I'm on the air. Oh, hey, how you doing? It's just that nervous. That's that
It's a
first
way to
thing
get
you
started.
say. Yeah. And so they don't really, that's what brings on, are you serious or are you really not, I don't care.
Right.
Because that's just a nervous, hey, how you doing?
No, and
so it's,
and the same thing happens to me. Like if I call a business or something, I'll say, yeah, I want to call you because I have a question. Well, duh. Obviously, you wanted to call me, bro, or else the phone wouldn't be ringing on my end.
True.
I should just get right to the question. But
Yes.
I fall into the same trap. I understand.
It happens. It happens. We're human beings.
Tom.
All right, we got some tweets here. Duct Tape Freak tweets, there's already been a woman on the moon. Alice Cramden from the Honeymooners.
Oh,
yeah, she's
to the
gone
moon,
there
Alice.
multiple times.
Couldn't get away with
Right.
that line today.
No,
Nobody
that's
even
for
knows
sure.
what that is.
Jeez. DMXDM tweets, it's almost like Joe's handlers. Keep telling Kamala's handlers, dumber than Joe. You got to make her sound dumber than Joe.
It's working.
It's working. It is.
From Bob Loblaw, I pledge to tweet to the Pat Unleashed Show by tweeting something worthwhile, and to that end, I pledge to make it as high a level of quality as a Kamala's speech and such as South Africa and for the children.
All right. Good job.
There you go. There you go.
Love the blah,
Everything
blah,
like
blah.
such as.
Guess he didn't care about the Iraq.
Oh,
wow.
left that out.
Right.
All right.
saying.
Start typing some more there, Bob.
The Iraq and the was it the Asian people?
The
I
Asian
think too?
countries.
Asian countries. Yeah,
yeah.
Not the people, the countries. All right. So in Congress, this was some fun yesterday because of all the weirdness that's going on in the world right now. One of our representatives, this is a Republican rep, wanted to accentuate the weirdness that's going on, and here he is.
North Carolina is now recognized.
Or she.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield 2 minutes to the gentleman from Virginia, Mr. Good.
Or he.
The gentleman from Virginia is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Person Speaker. And I say Person Speaker because I'm not a biologist, and out of respect to our Supreme Court nominee, I don't feel qualified to say Madam Speaker.
Well done. Well done.
So what is it with
Nothing.
you trying to make all of this okay today? What is it with you?
What do you mean?
That's not okay. He makes a great point right there. A great point.
Sure he does.
He does. Because you've got a Supreme Court justice saying it, and so he's just
Possible.
accentuating.
Pat, here's
how
what
great-
it is.
Yeah.
Possible.
Dude
Probably,
lost
right.
150 pounds. He's starting to, get an
I mean,
attitude.
you started the day with that.
Look at me. I'm so svelte now, and I'm just so trim.
Right.
And now he's got an attitude
Right.
for us.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
started the day with that. I
Mm-hmm.
come into this room earlier, and there's a box that I think is full of donuts. It's empty. I get it.
That was a fun trick from
That
Rob.
was funny.
Yeah, Rob set you up, and the cameras were
So-
rolling. Have you tweeted that out yet, Rob, by the way? Jeffy coming in here. Oh, he's got to edit it. Okay. He opens a
What?
box of donuts and looks at me like, that's funny. It's empty.
Yeah, it was real freaking funny.
I was hoping you'd throw it. Yes.
Yeah, you know what? Donuts is not something you joke about.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Having
Well, he
donuts
came
in the
in.
studio.
Yeah, Rob
That's
showed
not
up.
a joking matter.
He came in 30 seconds later. It said, here you go. Here's your donuts.
Yeah, too
No.
late.
Got to keep
Still.
the
Still.
hungry animal fed. I got it.
Meanwhile, the United States will offer X gender for passports starting April 11th. So in 10 days now, the State Department is going to start offering an X category. So you got man, you have woman or male, female, and then X.
Yeah, they announced this a while ago. I think they're adding even more than this, but this is
April
this is just the beginning.
So on April 11th,
they're adding more than just the X.
What else are we going to add?
I don't remember the whole.
Because that sounds even dumber than the story we have there.
Man.
Okay.
So they made this big announcement because yesterday was Transgender Day of Visibility.
Yeah.
As everybody knows. Well, of course. I mean,
how did you celebrate?
I had my Transgender Day of Visibility tree up, I think, in February.
Really?
Late February, yeah.
Good
yeah,
for you.
So,
So why did you put it up so early?
Well, because I celebrate.
It's a celebration.
The whole thing.
Okay, but you're kind of dampening it by putting it up before the day, I think.
But what they said was every American deserves the freedom to be themselves. But far too many transgender Americans still face systemic barriers, discrimination, and acts of violence. The definition of the X gender marker will be unspecified or another gender identity, and it will become available for other documents next year as well.
Oh, goody.
Yay!
Priorities, baby. Priorities.
Yay!
That's what we're doing here.
I don't know how that's going to go over if you have business in China or Iran.
Oh, yeah, you land and you hand them your passport, and they're like,
X?
You're
What
an
is
X?
that?
Yeah.
The places that aren't as open and woke as we are.
I think you're right, Jeffy.
Are going to be confirmed.
And I would like to point out that thank you to our federal government for now allowing you to choose to be a gender that you're not on your government document as you travel about the country and around the world. But you don't get to choose whether or not you wear a mask after they've been proven to do nothing for you. You have to continue to wear those at least through April 18th. At least. But I'm sure they'll extend it out.
Good.
I don't know. It's looking pretty
Yeah,
pretty hard
even the
on
airline CEOs have gotten together and said, please, can you stop with this? Okay, can we stop with the mandate? It's ridiculous, and our customers are getting pissed. Because they're not having to do this anywhere else.
Right.
Pretty much anywhere else. They don't even bother with a sign up on the door or trying to get you to wear one anywhere.
There are multiple countries in Europe that are already their airlines no masks.
Who's this?
Well, I think Sweden for sure. And some of the multiple countries in Europe that have said, you can fly.
Well, in Europe.
Thank you.
So
That's turned around, though.
I know.
In Europe, they're doing better things in some cases than we are.
So this is kind of where I actually have a little bit of hope, just a glimmer of hope for something like this. Whereas our elected officials were already discussing about the possibility of vaccines being necessary to fly. Fauci was floating that balloon out there about 6 months ago. We'll get there. And now we're almost to the point where we're getting rid of the mask thing. So, I mean, there's a little bit of reason for hope. I mean,
there's light at the end of the tunnel, I think.
For that, yeah.
For that. Did you see the Beto O'Rourke photo that he posted? He posted a selfie online yesterday. It looks like a "Don't Mess with Texas" shirt, and he changed it to, this is so clever, "Don't mess with trans kids."
Clever, yeah, that's
It's kind of like Texas.
I see what he did there.
Instead, it's "Don't mess with
He
trans
was
kids."
celebrating
Trans Visibility Day thing or whatever. Yeah. Along with me, he probably had his tree up in January.
Oh, yeah. You can just see it over the.
Should have been standing in front of it. I don't
there.
even see it there. Yeah.
He does a small one. I think it's a small artificial tree.
He's got.
Not everybody can have a real one.
So he was just ripped apart online for this.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh no,
I know, right?
Honey, no.
A lot of people were noticing his dental work. Even
that's what stuck out to me immediately.
Look at that there.
My favorite.
Okay, I get it. I have bad teeth.
Exactly. Little Austin Powers. I mean, oh no. How tight does this Zoom get, Rob?
My favorite one was from one dentist.
So people are
that
having
said,
breakfast.
For every 100 likes, I make it bigger.
Oh,
so
wait,
I
who
make the
said
teeth
that?
bigger. It was just a dentist saying, for every 100 likes, I make the teeth bigger.
That's
awesome.
It
was really fun.
That man cannot be governor.
And and he won't be. I mean, there's no chance. He's got no chance. Americans overwhelmingly agree with Florida's anti-grooming law when shown the text of it. According to this new poll, the results of a recent survey conducted by the Public Opinion Strategies Group show that a majority of Americans agree with Florida's recently approved law that's been mislabeled "Don't Say Gay" by activists. Yeah, it has nothing to do with don't say gay, it doesn't say anything about don't say. Overall, the results show that 61% of voters believe it's inappropriate to include discussions about sexual orientation and gender identity within classrooms ranging from kindergarten to the third grade. So at least 61% of Americans still have some common sense and want to protect kids.
That's good. And they even break down the numbers there. Even Democrats, overwhelmingly, I think that number is 55 to 29. We got the chart, right? Is it?
Let's see.
But Rob, do you have the chart, or did I?
Yeah, I don't know if you sent it in. But okay, the Don't Say Gay bill overall at 61 to 26. Support to oppose. Republican voters 70 to 23. I would have thought it would be higher than that.
Sure, yeah.
70 to 23 for Republicans, 58-26 independents. Get this. Democrats 55 to 29.
Amazing.
Approve of the Florida bill. This is when it's explained the way it really is, though.
Right.
If you're going to lie about it, I bet these numbers turn around a little bit, especially for Democrats. Trump voters in 2020, 70-23. Biden 2020 voters, 53-30. Parents, 67-24. Suburban voters, 60 to 30. Know someone who's LGBTQIA2+. 61 to 28 still agree with it. Why? Because they know it's not attacking anybody in the community.
Florida's got
You're not attacking.
a fearless leader, quite frankly, a hero, in Ron DeSantis, who doesn't mind taking on the press and explaining this stuff.
I think he actually likes it.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's just standing tall. I'm here.
Yep. So
come at me, bro.
We're not quite in as bad a situation as I thought we were, because it seems like, it makes it sound like we're in the minority when we're not. So don't forget that. You're in the vast majority of right-thinking people.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Got some tweets on this Friday from Kara3022. If Justice Thomas should resign for what his wife said, then I demand Biden resigns for what his son did. It's a fair trade. That'd be almost a fair trade.
Well,
except I don't want to lose Clarence Thomas.
Yeah, then Kamala's appointing his.
That's true. Alpha 7615. Aren't all Transgender Day trees artificial? I mean, I thought that would be pretty obvious. Jimmy Dimples tweets, Beto's teeth look more British than Texan. Yeah, they do. Makes Jimmy Carter look like Posh Spice.
No, that does not.
Maybe back in the day.
I want to go on record as saying
no,
Jimmy Carter and Posh Spice not the same.
No resemblance.
No, not even close.
What about back in the day, though? That's what
back in the
today.
Back in whose day?
Back when Jimmy Carter was
when
hot.
he was Jimmy. Yeah.
Remember those days?
Yeah.
Remind me. Refresh my memory.
When he was really super hot, and everybody thought,
that
guy needs to be our president,
Mr. Peanut Farmer.
Right.
That guy had a laugh right there. Remember that one? Come on.
No, I've tried to forget it over the last 42 years.
Think Posh Spice laughing. Same thing.
Same thing. That was my first vote. And my first presidential vote was 1980. Reagan, Carter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Couldn't get on the...
Guess who I voted for?
I can't guess. I mean...
The peanut farmer, of course.
Of course.
I mean, obviously, we all loved him.
Dementia-riddled Reagan. No.
Dementia. They were already starting to say that around that time. And it was nowhere near that time when, he started having issues. When did we find out? I think it was 1990. When they finally announced that he had Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
1990, 91.
I think it was in 93 or 94 when he finally said goodbye in a nationwide ad.
Yeah, sad.
Open letter.
Yeah.
Really sad. And even so, at the end of his term, he was way sharper than Joe Biden
oh my
is
gosh.
in the beginning of his first term. So I don't want to hear it from these people. Frankly, I don't want to hear it. Yesterday, Speaker Pelosi discussed the high gas prices. Here's what she had to say.
Oh, good.
But we cannot allow the fossil fuel industry to use this as an excuse to reverse everything we're doing to save the planet.
Oh, heaven help us. Heaven help us.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's what it's about. That's what it's about. When you listen to the ramblings of these people, you find out that they are behind all of this because of the climate change nonsense that they're trying to push.
Bingo.
They don't care how much you're paying for gas because they don't have to worry about it. Nancy Pelosi's worth, I don't know, she and her husband are worth $100 million or something.
Oh, I'm going to find out. It's a good question.
It's a lot.
Oh, they're worth a lot. Yeah.
Tens of millions, if not hundreds. And so she doesn't care if the price of gas goes up $1 a gallon. What does she care?
Well, I mean, her husband is worth a lot of money. She's just a humble civil servant.
That's all she is, right? She's only making $175,000 a year, and they just voted themselves a pay raise. So in the next Congress, they're going to make, was it 200?
Well, it's not
209,
the
I think.
salary that goes up. It's such a tricky thing here.
Really?
Yeah. So
the salary does not go up for them. They did not vote themselves a pay raise?
So what they voted themselves was they can spend more money among their employees and all their perks and all this stuff. It's effectively a salary increase, yes. But it's almost like a signing bonus in the NFL, right? So like if you sign somebody for $20 million and $5 million of it is a signing bonus, effectively, they still you don't say they made $15 million.
An accounting thing.
Right, exactly. So yes, they voted themselves a pay raise, but they don't have to say that their salary went up.
God,
I can't stand them. I can't stand them, man.
That is so typical of the kind of BS
they
they
can spend
pull.
it on whatever they want to. Oh, it's
Yeah.
a nightmare. I can't stand them.
But, her husband, along with many other congresswomen, if you can call them that, congresspersons.
You can't call them that because how do you know? Are you a biologist?
I am not a biologist.
Okay, then don't call them that.
Any other Congress?
Man, what a world.
People that
persons
I guess identify as a woman.
Yeah, okay.
Their husbands have made excellent investments.
That's what it is.
Have made excellent investments.
And that's what she claims.
Absolutely, she
and
does.
you bet she doesn't want to restrict Congress from from the trading in Wall Street.
Yeah, if you seriously track Paul Pelosi, her husband, and invest in what he invests in, just watch him. I mean, you make money.
Right.
You do.
Yeah, absolutely. And she was clear about that fact, too. She doesn't want, because they've made a fortune in insider trading. A fortune.
So I found, and I'm trying to find if this is their combined net worth.
Okay.
But I see 135 million listed for him, and I see 120 million listed for her. So I don't know if it's a 245 thing or if these are the same number.
Either way, she doesn't care about you.
You nailed it.
Paying
She doesn't
extra money for gasoline.
If it goes up $10 a gallon, she doesn't care because that's not really affecting her much.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah. That's, wow. It's over 100 million no matter what.
Right.
Isn't that's something else?
That is.
Okay, you've been a public servant for how long? And you're worth 120 million. We should find out if that's including her husband or is that her fortune from her insider trading? Because that's the only way she would have made that kind of money. You know? From lobbyists and insider trading.
Maybe back in the day she made a little extra money on the speaking tour, but she's not making speaking
she
tour
makes,
money now.
$210,000 a year, as you know, and I'm sure she's just saved
Speaker
it.
gets a little bit more.
She's just been saving it.
She's okay.
Clipping coupons.
Every single penny.
Yeah.
All 200,000 she's saved for 40 years. Okay.
Yeah.
That still doesn't add up to I still don't think you're at $120 million.
I'm not sure the numbers don't lie there.
And she's not saving money on ice cream, though. We know that.
Yeah. She can afford that $16 a pint.
My dad used to say it only cost a nickel more to go first class. So
that's not true. Did your dad ever buy a first class airline ticket?
Only cost a nickel more to go first class.
That is definitely not true. So then Joe Biden spoke. He's got the same basic message on why gas prices are so high.
The problem we're facing with gas prices has two roots. First, the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
When COVID struck, demand for oil plummeted.
Oh, yeah.
So production slowed down worldwide. because of the strength and the speed of our recovery,
Strength!
the demand for oil shot back up much faster than the supply.
Oh.
That's why the cost of gas began to rise last year.
Read it, baby.
No.
The second route is Vladimir Putin.
Oh.
The start of this year, gas was about $3.30 a gallon. Today, it's about averaging $4.20, $4.22. It's higher in many states.
Yeah. Well, pause it for a second.
$1 more.
Why don't you mention what the price was when you took office, douche? I can't stand this guy. It's so difficult to look. It's more and more difficult to look and listen to him.
Daily, it gets worse.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
The dislike, because I don't, you know me.
Sure.
I don't hate anybody.
You're a lover, not
right?
a fighter.
I'm a lover. I'm not a hater. It's
Will
wrong
Smith,
to
is
hate
that
people. I'm just saying I dislike him with all the intensity of 10 trillion white-hot burning suns.
10 trillion?
10
I could have
trillion.
sworn when
White-hot
I met you.
Still in
burning
the
suns.
dislike window.
I used to think it was 10 million.
Well, it used to be. But
And then it went to 10 billion.
It's gone up. There's
and now
inflation.
it's 10 trillion.
There's white-hot dislike inflation, Keith. You got to factor in there.
Okay.
Let's see the rest of this. Who else could he blame?
$4.20, $4.22 is higher in many states.
I can't take it.
Nearly $1 more in less than 3 months. The reason for that is because of Putin's war.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh.
Hold on. Can we address something that you mentioned during that clip that we can't just gloss over this?
All right.
It has driven me nuts since my 5th grade music teacher pronounced the word strength.
Yeah, it's strength.
It's strength.
It's not strength.
Oh.
Why do people back east say strength? There's an E-N-G. That has a certain sound to it, and it's eng. Strength.
I'm with you 100%.
Come on. I hate that.
Or 142% or whatever Scott Steiner does on the math there.
That really bugs me.
It does.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That is a pet peeve of mine. As is the other thing back east that they say all the time is online.
No.
Get online.
Get online.
And they're not talking about the internet. They're talking about
standing
when
in
you're
line.
When you're in the queue, as they would say in Britain.
Yeah.
It's in line. There's no line there that you're standing on. You're not on a line. You're in a line. It's a line of people.
As long as we're going after the...
It's water.
As long as we're going...
Water.
After,
Water.
Yes. Water. Yeah, you East Coasters. Button.
Philadelphia.
Button. Clinton.
That's a Connecticut thing and a Utah thing.
Yeah.
For some reason, in both those states, they do that.
The end like that? Yeah.
Mountain.
What is that?
Clinton. See the mountain? No, I see a mountain, but I don't see a mountain.
Help.
And when you say it back to somebody, look at that mountain. And I'll say, the mountain? And they won't even notice that you're mocking them.
Yeah.
Because that's how ingrained mountain is to them.
Tom.
Yeah, Paul, how you doing?
That needs to be a thing on the show.
Tom.
Yeah, Paul, how you doing?
Tom.
Listen, Paul, how you doing?
Next time somebody calls this show and asks you how you're doing, just say
Tom. That's got to be a thing.
Yes.
It's got to be a thing. All right. President Braindead has a solution, though, to all of this.
This is going to fix it.
This will cheer you up.
Okay.
I mean, under my plan, which is before the Congress now, we can take advantage of the next generation of electric vehicles that a typical driver will save about $80 a month from not having to pay gas at the pump. If your home is powered by...
Okay, so in the future, when we're all driving electric vehicles, then we're going to save $80 a month.
So get this.
Like right now, I'm screwed, right? But in 2040, things are going to be a lot better.
Well, not only that, but inflation being the worst in 40 years, I'm sure you can afford a vehicle that runs on electricity, right?
Sure.
You can just go out and just snap your fingers and own this magical
Get a $125,000 Tesla. I'm going to get one today.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll get two.
Well, you know what? You'll recoup the savings on not spending on this gas money that he's talking about.
That's a really good point.
I mean, what's the cheapest Tesla? 60?
I don't know. They were trying to do that $35,000 thing, but that's a really base price.
Over now.
Is it?
I think that base price Tesla
Probably
is
50 at least.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
you're
bet it's
looking at
50
or
least.
60.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's, you're just not walking in and,
yeah.
oh, I'm going to be saving $80.
And I'll say it again. I'm not buying one of those vehicles until they have better range. Better range and faster fill-ups.
Yeah.
With the,
Recharge time.
To recharge time, it has to be, I don't know, 10 minutes. If you could get it down to 10 minutes and 400 miles.
If I have to,
I'm on it.
If I have to schedule out my day based on how long it takes my car to fill up,
I'm not doing that.
No,
I'm not doing that. In
But
fact,
driving around DFW, you don't have to. Your day is scheduled around plugging it in when you get home, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. But if you want to take a trip, you want to go you want to go to Dallas to Houston.
You can do that.
Well, you can't do that. No, it's too far. You can't get there in one charge.
Well, nobody in their right mind wants to go to Houston, so the car's doing
kind
a
of
favor.
it's kind of a good point.
I disagree with that. That is not a good point. And you liked it when we were there.
I did actually.
So don't play that game.
I did actually like Houston a lot.
That's right.
I could and should spend some more time in Houston. Yeah.
You could and should.
I'll give you a list of the neighborhoods I want you to wander around in, too.
Well, any city, if
this
you make...
dumbass lives in the 3rd Ward. One of the most crime-ridden areas of town, and then he wonders why he doesn't like Houston.
I never had a problem in the 3rd
city
Ward.
you go to, there's going to be a don't make a right there.
Yes, right. Exactly. Any big city.
Yes.
Then, of course, there's, the mean streets of Helena where there isn't a good place.
Yeah, you don't want to make a right anywhere.
Bullets are flying everywhere. You make a right, you make a left, you go straight. It doesn't matter.
Well, East Helena is definitely rough.
Yeah, it is.
I'm serious.
No, it is. It's always bad.
It looked bad when I was there. I almost made the point.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
I'm sorry. To confirm your point, East Helena is certainly a rough
East Helena is the Fort Worth of Montana.
Wait a minute. No, I didn't say that. It's the Houston of Montana. Did you guys have a rivalry with East Helena?
No. Nobody even thought about East Helena.
But I'm right, though.
Which is part of the problem.
Isn't that the rough part of town?
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, it is. It is.
Rougher than
the mean streets where I live.
You were on there?
Yeah, probably. It's hard to believe, right? As mean as the streets I was on
right.
Hard to believe, but true.
East Helena was Kevlarville, man.
All right, let me tell you about Omega XL. You have 360 joints from your neck down each vertebrae in your back to your arms and hips, your knees, your feet. 360 joints that take a real beating with daily activity and with getting older. For me, I had the real pain in my elbow, and it was radiating down my arm, and it made it really difficult. I just couldn't lift things with my left arm. So I finally broke down and took Omega XL. Took me a while. Kept thinking, it's all natural. Can that really work? And the answer is yes, it really can and does. Take it because of the science. When we're young, our bodies produce SPMs. They're nature's way of keeping our joints healthy, but as we age, there's a lot less of them produced in your body. Omega XL can restore your SPMs and rejuvenate joints and muscles so you can move like when you were younger. Order Omega XL at omegaxl.com/Pat. That's omegaxl.com/Pat. Or just call them. When you buy your first bottle, they'll give you a second one free. Or you can call 800-844-4888. Been talking about Joe Biden making excuses for the gas prices. It's the pandemic. It's Vladimir Putin.
Putin's war.
The sun was in his eyes. It's anything but him.
Right.
And never has he taken responsibility for anything. No. Has he been accountable for anything that's happened here? I don't think so. Everything's either Trump's fault or Putin's fault or the pandemic's fault.
Pandemic. Right.
He's got those three fall guys, and he uses it almost every day. And your wallet is now being crushed with these high gas prices. And Biden planned this American energy crisis 2 years ago.
I just want to give him a chance to respond, and then we can come back
Let's
to you.
stay on.
We're staying on this issue.
Number one, no more subsidies for fossil fuel industry. No more drilling on federal lands. No more drilling, including offshore. No ability for the oil industry to continue to drill, period. Ends. Number one.
Wow.
Well, he's lived up to it.
Sure has.
Campaign promise delivered.
Right. He won't own up to it now.
No,
he won't say,
Putin.
yeah, this is part of our plan.
Yeah.
You know, we wanted to shut down drilling. No, what they're saying instead is it's the oil company's fault for not drilling in the places we've given them permission to drill in.
And they also, with those thousands of leases that he loves to talk about, so many of them are in court battling.
There's only a couple thousand that are actually available, and they probably pumped those dry.
And most of those, some of them, I don't know about most, but many of them are dry.
Many.
Yeah.
Or didn't have any oil there in the first place.
All the overregulation now, so they can't drill, which is what he wants to have.
Don't forget those leases in the Gulf of Mexico after June 30th. They're not extending those as of now. So that's going to be even less of a supply.
I mean, it's unconscionable what they're doing.
But it's good that he's releasing, $1 million? A
million barrels a day
from the strategic reserve.
Which is absolutely meaningless to helping the situation anyway. Will it lower gas prices?
A little.
I don't know, a penny or two, maybe.
It dropped a little because of that.
But
and it also dropped.
It's not significant.
And it also dropped when China is locking down cities with COVID, and that's dropping the price too on those cities. So if we could get China to lock down a couple more cities,
when you use 20 million barrels a day, and he releases 1 million barrels a day, that's not significant enough to affect things overall enough to where people are going to really notice some relief at the pump.
Yeah, and so he wants to blame Putin's war and the fact that we aren't importing oil from them currently. And Russia is not being hurt by this at all. And they even told the EU, who expected them to come crawling back asking the EU to ease the sanctions, Russia's like, we're doing fine over here. We've got it. And I forgot what there's a phrase that they use, we're comfortable in the margins. In other words, they're already getting what they need from China, Saudi Arabia, and India to sustain themselves. They don't need the West. So this is actually hurting us more than it's hurting Russia. Good times.
Interesting. Interesting.
You said peregrista. That means overcharge. We're not going to let you do that. Does that ring a bell? Yeah, our little reset with Russia is not going well. It didn't go well under Hillary. It's not going well now. So I was just reading yesterday that their economy is already starting to rebound. The ruble is already starting to rebound.
I'm telling you, man, they've got their own system now. They don't need us.
Yeah. Asia's got a few people in it. I don't know if you're aware of that. This is breaking news.
Is that an official count?
Yeah. There are billions of people in Asia.
Oh, I didn't know this.
And Asia's not in the West. So, they've got a market there that they can use and that they can benefit from. And if India is going to help them out, and China's going to help them, and Saudi Arabia is going to help them, they can probably stand on their own.
They can literally
with that help.
Yeah, as they've done already to the EU. They've literally said, we're comfortable. We're good. We don't think so.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. We have the worst leadership we have ever had.
That's for sure.
In this country.
That's for sure.
The worst American leadership in the history of this nation. And then he defiantly stands there and acts like he's doing the greatest job we've ever seen. It's really...
I mean, times may be tough, but surely you have an extra $2.99 laying around every month that you could chip into CNN Plus. It's now slashed their subscriber price in half.
This is an amazing story.
Incredible.
In 2 days, they slashed their price in half.
It went $6.99, $5.99 to $2.99.
Incredible. They spent $100 million
on
and they had
CNN Plus,
and they had I think at least 500 employees. And they're already.
Yeah, they're already cutting.
Already cutting.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
And they're saying by May they will be rolled into Discovery.
And then it's over, right? I mean, it's just over. Have a nice day.
I'm kind of surprised they went out on this limb because it's stupid.
Well, it was
everybody
a Zucker
saw
deal,
this coming,
right? It was a Zucker deal, and it would have been a lot better had he still been in charge because this was his.
They still wouldn't have had anybody interested in this.
No, but he was able
Zucker
to make
not.
that stuff. He was able to make it stretch out. That's what he was
might have
done
had
to the network.
Marketed it better, but nobody wants it. Who wants it? Do you know anyone who's clamoring for CNN Plus.
Yeah, the mom of the producer of the one show.
Oh, yeah, okay. There's one.
So you don't want to tune in for the Don Lemon show?
Yeah,
extra?
the whole lineup is.
How about parental guidance with Anderson Cooper?
I don't even want to tune in for the Chris Wallace show.
Right,
I don't even like him enough to tune in for that.
Right.
Such a weird page there for CNN, their landing page. There's a picture of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. What is she doing on as your landing page for CNN?
She's the patron saint of CNN Plus. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
But it can be yours for just $3.99 a month.
$2.99.
No, I'm sorry, $2.99 a month. What a deal! Let me real quickly take a minute and tell you about preborn. Throughout the whole world, the leading cause of death is abortion. In the United States, murder has become a wholesale business. Since Roe v. Wade, we've killed over 63 million babies. Nearly 25% of pregnant mothers choose abortion. The Ministry of Preborn and Blaze Media are partnering to help rescue 50,000 babies from abortion in 2022. That's our goal by the end of the year, 50,000 babies to be born that otherwise wouldn't have been. Preborn is the direct competition to Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is just an abortion mill. They like to call themselves women's health care. They're not. They're just there to abort babies. When you let a woman, though, see her baby on the ultrasound and hear the heartbeat, she's 80% more likely to choose life for her baby. So Preborn pays for that, and they pay for that through your donation. If you could afford it, it's $28 to get one woman, one ultrasound. $28. But if you can't afford that, $1 would be helpful. If you have more than that and you'd like to help more, $140 saves 5 babies. Gives 5 babies an 80% better chance at life. Preborn partners with clinics in the highest abortion rate cities and regions across the country. And when the mother chooses life, they provide maternity and baby clothes and diapers, car seats, counseling, and all kinds of things free of charge. So help us save 50,000 babies this year. If you can help to donate, dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or go to preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray.
One more thing as far as this energy crisis. Washington State now has set a target to end gas car sales, completely end them by 2030.
They're the first state to actually do it, because I think California was talking about this as well.
They were talking about it.
Yeah.
But they either set the target at 2035, and I'm not sure if that passed. But this is
deal. Yeah, this is done. Yeah.
7.5 years from now.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck on that. There's no way you can stop gas car sales by 2030. Come on. We're not there yet. We're not even close to that. What is the percentage of all electric vehicles sold in this country? I mean, and not the hybrids, but you have to be all electric. You can't be gas at all. I wonder what the percentage of cars manufactured
all
is.
The way up to.
I'll bet it's 5%. Is it at 5?
It's not 5.
You ready?
I'm ready. No, I'm not ready.
Okay.
Let me get ready. Okay. Let me get ready. All right.
I'm going to say, no way is it 5.
So you say 5%.
No
5%.
way. Under 5.
1.9.
Yeah. No way.
1.9% of cars are plug-in electric.
I knew it was a tiny little number. 1.9%. And by 2030, you're going to stop selling all gas cars.
All the dealerships are all in, man. I mean, all the companies are all in. It's an electric world. That magic little box in the wall is going to save everyone.
They better come up with something better than they have now.
No kidding.
You better find a faster way to recharge those cars then.
Okay, so
because it's not okay to have a 10-hour recharge. That's not okay.
The new Volvos Wasn't it Volvo? Yeah, Volvo just did a deal with Starbucks. So Starbucks is going to have the Volvo chargers in their parking lot, and they claim that you can charge for 40 minutes. It gets you, I think, 60 to 80%.
So hang on a second.
It's still not.
You said a Volvo charger.
It's not enough.
I think it is. Yeah,
so it's not a universal.
That's
thing?
what I was. And
that's stupid.
And some of the other cars are, I think, all. I was looking into it, and I haven't finished the process yet.
You're too busy watching Hulu.
Most of they aren't all universal, but many of them are. So it depends on the cars that you get.
Okay, that's good.
I know it really doesn't make any sense.
Just an update here on my 1.9%. That was a 2019 number. Then I found this article from 2022 that says less than 1%. So I don't know.
So it's gone down?
Right. So this is from February. It says less than 1%. I don't know if, low fuel prices under Trump made it so that an electric car wasn't as necessary for people. And
it's possible.
I'm just a little flabbergasted right now because Piers Morgan is on Fox News.
Yeah.
Do you remember Piers Morgan and how agonizing that guy was?
Well, he went to work for Rupert.
That's amazing.
He's working for Rupert.
What's he
now.
doing?
Yeah,
doing what?
Out of Australia.
Really?
Yeah, he's doing some big TV shows and morning shows.
He moved to a prison colony?
Yeah, and I don't know that he's actually doing it there or if he's doing it from the United Kingdom. But he's working for Rupert's network now.
He is. He's changed though a lot because I think he lived to piss off Americans for a while.
It felt like it because that's what he did.
Yeah, that's what he did. And then he went to Britain and apparently
decided we're going to live to piss off the Britons, the Brits.
And of course, Trump became president, and he's good friends with Trump. So I think that turned him around a little bit. Anyway, 1.9% or less than 1%, whatever it is, you can't get to 2030 from here. You can't. You can't say, all right, we're going to stop selling gas-powered cars by 2030 when we're less than 1% in 2022. It's just impossible.
Well, you can't. We're going to all be doing horse and buggies. Because if there's no oil, and you aren't able to have gasoline for your automobile.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You're going to walk, take a bike, or horse and buggy. Yep. All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
And how happy would you be bringing the old horse and buggy?
Oh,
driving the horse and buggy to work.
That'd be great.
Day.
I'm not cleaning up after the
droppings all over the roadways and stuff. Wouldn't that be fun?
I don't even care about that.
You already got that in San Francisco, but not from horses.
The only city.
Yeah, I know. Los Angeles,
Austin.
Oh
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Downtown?
Yep.
You already called it the San Francisco of Texas.
Yes.
Bingo.
And it is in that way too, huh?
Multiple ways.
Yes. A relative of mine owns a business in Austin proper. And
how much do they love it?
He loves it.
Yeah,
he loves
it.
A
relative of yours. Like nobody knows it's your son.
What?
How many times have you talked about that? And now all of a sudden it's secret. It's secret. Can we not say it on the air? Somewhere in Austin is Elvis Fisher.
What?
And people are going to track him down now?
That better be dumped.
Yeah, good luck.
The Better You performance.
Public service announcement for anyone that wants to track down Elvis Fisher. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all over social media. He's everywhere. Better You performance. But I can't mention his relative.
Ridiculous. All right, let me tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust. Real Estate Agents I Trust, the name really kind of says it all. These are the realtors you want to turn to when you're trying to sell your home because it's a stressful process, and they'll help you get through it. They'll take the stress away from it because they'll give you great advice and get your home sold quickly and for the most amount of money. When you're doing this, it's really difficult because it's so important to you. It's probably almost for sure the biggest investment in your life. And so you want to get the most out of it you possibly can. You need the great advice on whether you should repaint and redo the countertops and all that kind of stuff to bring your home up to date, or should you just sell it as is? Sometimes that's the way to go because you wouldn't get your money out of it otherwise. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
The Biden administration is certainly going all in on the trans athlete situation. They're going to reinterpret Title IX to strike down fairness in women's sports laws.
Wait.
Okay. Huh. So they think it's fair for biological men to compete against women in women's sports.
The war on
That's fair.
women. The war on women is real.
It sure is.
And it's led by this White House.
U.S. Department of Education is writing new rules that would make discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity illegal under Title IX, which is the 1972 law that bans sex discrimination in education and made colleges all over the country redo their athletic departments because they had to drop a bunch of men's sports so that women's sports could be created. And they jammed the women's sports into their athletic department. And a lot of men were just out of luck in whatever sport they chose. Sometimes it was volleyball. Sometimes it was soccer. Sometimes it was rugby. But a lot of sports just went away and instead were replaced by women's sports. So that's how important it was in 1972. Now it's like, don't worry about it, women. A bunch of men are going to come in here and start competing against you. We're going to codify it with the law. Is that amazing? That's amazing to me.
Is.
It would be illegal for states to prohibit gender dysphoric male athletes who present as females from competing against women in college sports. Schools that receive federal funding must permit transgender athletes to compete according to their self-identified gender or risk losing their federal funds.
Wow.
That's what happens when you accept federal funds. Here's the thing. Don't accept federal funds.
And let's say that you are the one or two schools that decide, you know what, we're going to opt out. We're going to be completely independent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now your athletics programs aren't going to have, like, say you have all girls sports, all women's sports.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you going to compete against? Oh, that'd be trans men, perhaps. At least the door's open there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Biden's change to federal law, enacted via executive order, would set up a direct confrontation between the federal government and 12 Republican-run states that have passed fairness in women's sports laws, banning males who identify as girls or women from participating in girls and women's sports. These states include Utah, Texas, Florida, Idaho, and South Dakota. Those states all have laws, and those would go right out the window. Sorry.
So this fight would end up in the Supreme Court, no doubt, and I'm guessing that the soon-to-be Justice Brown Jackson would recuse herself since she doesn't even know what a woman is. She couldn't rule on this. She has no idea. That's where we're at. I mean, the world is
where
absurd.
we're at.
It's absolutely absurd.
It is.
Seriously, women today should be angrier than the women of the 1960s because you've made all of these gains, and now in just one fell swoop, they're just taking it all back.
Yep.
And the war on women is being led by the Biden administration.
And you don't even count because they don't even consider the women's feelings in this thing. They don't care at all how the women feel. Like all the women who spoke out against the Leah Thomas situation, they don't even get any coverage. It's like, we don't even listen to you. Shut up. Don't be a hater. Why do you hate trans people? That's what they're doing to them. So this Leah Thomas is continuing to compete against women in all kinds of different races. She competed in, was it the 100 meters? The 100 yards?
100 yard, I think
it's a 100-yard swim.
Like that, yeah.
She only got fifth in that. She tied for fifth in that.
And do you believe that?
She did.
Yeah, he did.
Guy's got junk.
But then we were talking about the cyclist yesterday. What was Emily Bridges, maybe? Emily, she was going to compete against.
Oh, yeah.
That's tomorrow in Britain.
Yeah, they banned her.
Oh.
They said no.
Okay.
Yeah, they rethought and they said no.
I like it.
I do too.
A lot of hatred there.
Yeah. A lot of hatred. Yeah, the bastards. How dare you?
I know.
How dare you say a man can't compete against these women? What kind of hateful nonsense is that?
But she identifies.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I know. Yeah.
Is she just? I don't know. Did she just identify, or has she gone through the process?
No, I'm pretty sure she was just competing with men and winning.
Oh, so
in
now,
some of the men's
and now
competitions.
She's just identifying.
Yeah, she's just identifying.
Okay.
And so then he decided, I beat these men. Why don't I go beat some women now? And so they've fortunately called the kibosh on that, as my dad would say.
Excellent. I see. Also,
bring that back.
I'm gonna.
Speaking of that window of women and men, I see where Caitlyn Jenner is going to go to work for Fox News now.
Yeah, I saw that too.
As a
great
contributor.
Well, as Fox said, she's an inspiration to us all.
I know.
And
and she is.
Is she? Is she an inspiration to you? Because I'm not that inspired by her. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Do I have to be?
She's
Am I a hater if I'm not in total awe of her?
No, not awe,
and
but you should be inspired.
Okay.
Yeah. Reminds me of
not
Posh Spice, quite frankly.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your
Caitlyn
deal?
Jenner. Yeah.
Posh Spice is just the standard,
standard
by which we measure all humans today.
Oh,
That's
okay.
good. Okay.
All right.
Remember Jeremy Boring from the Daily Wire?
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday we played his great commercial. Oh, God, I love it. It is one of the best commercials ever done. That Razors commercial. Have you seen it?
The best commercials ever
One
done.
of the best ever done. Do we have that still? Rob, can you remind? Let's play a little taste of it. Just a little.
Wait, it was the best commercial ever.
It's one of the best commercials of all time, I believe. So I don't know if he has it now, but yesterday, here it is. A little piece of it. He drives up in his really nice sports car.
Do you remember when there were two genders and only 1.5 of them had to shave their mustaches? Oh, hi. I'm Jeremy Boring, CEO and God King of the Daily Wire. Harry's Razors used to advertise on our shows. They're a great product, and we were happy to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's before some peon who works for me went and said that boys are boys and girls are girls. And that was just too much for Harry's. They condemned our views. Views held by millions of Americans and virtually every human who's walked the planet until about 15 minutes ago as inexcusable. And they dropped their ads from our network because of what they called values misalignment. You're damn right our values are misaligned. And it's not just Harry's either. Gillette razors used to be the best a man could get. Then they decided that men are too toxic. Unless you're the kind of man who teaches his daughter to shave her beard. If that makes sense to you, keep buying Gillette.
Okay, so there's that.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes on and on and on.
And that all
but it's
started
really
like
good.
from one tweet, one silly little tweet
about men being men and women are women.
From Harry's.
And this kind of concept.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
How dare you? How dare that kid?
I know.
Hope that kid's in prison now.
He probably
I thought we
is.
decided
Probably
he
is.
was a biologist.
He was then, but now he's been arrested.
All right.
Now he's been arrested. So anyway, yesterday, Jeremy Boring took aim at Disney.
Because of the great reporting of Chris Rufo, we got to see leaked footage from inside Disney of high-up Disney employees saying things like, we have a not-so-secret gay agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Saying things like, make sure I get this quote right, we're adding in queerness wherever we can, and that, quote, no one is trying to stop the producer who was doing so. Another executive within the company said, if anything, we don't have enough LGBTQIA representation in content made for very small children.
Jeez.
So what are we going to do about it? Well, we're going to do the same thing we always do. We're going to build alternatives. Americans have enormous economic might. They just don't have any alternatives. The Daily Wire is building those alternatives. And today, I'm proud to tell you that we will be launching Daily Wire Kids.
Okay, so Jeremy Boring is just taking on all of these woke companies. Maybe next he'll do Coke. Maybe he'll start producing a cola soft drink so that we don't have to buy Coke anymore.
Daily Wire Zero. I'm all for it.
Yes.
I'm glad you clarified that. Maybe Jeremy Boring will do Coke. I mean,
take on.
He's probably already doing coke. But I mean, the soft drink. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Thank you for clarifying.
But that's pretty amazing. So Harry's got too woke for him, so he started his own razor company, and now Disney is too woke for him, so he's starting his own kids network.
Our kids, yeah, good.
That's awesome.
I look forward to seeing where this goes.
Yeah, really amazing.
I'm sure there will be a lot of creative minds that jump ship from places like Disney to go and work for someone like the Daily Wire.
And that's what needs to happen.
If they're still working there. I mean, the culture for these companies is pretty ingrained now. So I feel like the people that, there's obviously, people they're going to get, but I feel like the people that are already inside there, the people who are against it are probably already.
Well, there was a story about Disney conservatives who are speaking out, afraid to speak out, but they're saying, hey, could we just, be neutral?
Yeah. And
with
there's
these
also
things.
a guy running for Congress.
The CEO tried it.
Well,
he did.
He tried.
And they wouldn't let him.
Right. And there's a guy running for Congress who's a conservative, works at Disney, who says this is just a vocal minority that's squeaky wheel gets the grease, obviously.
Oh, we've seen that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hope that this is just a small minority within the company that we can, hopefully the conservatives will stand their ground and take back Walt Disney's vision.
We're going to lose the country if we don't.
True.
The other day, Representative Maxine Waters warned a reporter over L.A. homelessness, and here she is showing up at this event. It was an event to, they were trying to...
homeless people are trying to claim Section 8
They were trying to get Section 8 housing vouchers.
Right.
Yeah. So she pulls in,
She
rolls
thinks she's going to be among friends. This is her base. They love her.
Yeah.
And then they end up turning on her quickly.
Yeah, here's what happened.
Wilshire. Did they move another location where they're taking F's? Is there any more locations than this one? There might have been so many people out here.
Here's what I want you.
1 minute.
I want everybody to go home.
We don't got no home. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Miss Waters, can you home we gonna go to? Just a moment.
Just a moment.
Go
home.
Nothing is going to happen anymore today.
So what about all these names?
What we
and
gonna?
telephone
Well,
numbers
that's
that
what.
Can you see that? Working hard to help. Can you leave?
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, and so I will be downtown with Blossom. I will get the housing authority. That's why they came out here today. I made them come out.
She's the best,
And I
isn't she?
wanna go-
All right, so she
know what
gets
to do.
in. She
Push
gets
back.
in way over her head. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't know what to tell them. She tells them to go home.
Oh,
these are people without
we
homes.
ain't got no home. That's why we're here.
So, okay, well, go back to your tent then,
Yes.
or your cardboard box, or wherever it is.
I love
that
how
you lay your head.
Yes, I love how the $4,000 suit, the $1,000 shoes, the $2,000 necklace, earrings, the $1,000 wig, the $500 glasses that she has there with her, and I'm probably lowballing those prices, by the way. The public servant is going to help those homeless people.
What's the
Love
total
that.
on all that? What's her ensemble totally worth?
With that, what is that, about $9,000? If under 4 or 5,
That can pay the rent
6,
for some
7,
people
8,
standing there.
Yeah, $8,500 with what I ran
That-
down.
that could have helped.
And that's probably that's probably lowballing.
And
she wasn't expecting that.
No. I'm
glad to see it.
Where is this public servant getting the money to wear an $8,500
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
ensemble?
I'm just guessing. There was just a picture of her standing there, a single shot of her with the shoes and the suit, and you can tell the difference between the homeless people and Maxine. I guarantee you that.
She's getting the same tips
Maxine
as Nancy
is just,
Pelosi.
Just one of you.
That's where she's getting that
Yeah,
money.
that's for sure.
Just a public servant.
Unbelievable. All right. Well, you have a great weekend.
Ooh, Pat Gray Overtime.
Pat Gray Overtime coming up.
BlazeTV.com.
Coming up at noon Easter.
And then, of course, we'll be back here Monday for Pat Gray Unleashed. See you then. Have a great weekend.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.